Hi, my name is Vishnu, and thanks a lot for joining me in this episode. This episode is all about who am I? Why did I build Claringo? So let's begin. I am a business undergrad, started my career as a music producer, created a bunch of songs, released it on Spotify. If you want, you can check it out. My name is Hexnote there. And then I moved into sales, particularly B2B sales. Then in the same company, I realized that I want to do something different. So I pivoted into product management. Product management seemed like a right pathway for me, is because I come from a background where I upskilled myself into multiple things, learned music production on my own. So creativity was something in common that was there in product management and music. So I realized I want to create things, and creating things in tech or in creative industry meant something similar to me. So that kind of came in full circle and ended me up in product management. While working in product management, I was always taking a dip into what the engineering was doing, always curious about the engineering perspective of building a product. At that time, I saw a boom of AI where people were coding by using AI. That kind of took me back to this time where I used software to produce music, even though I did not know how to make music, not at all classically trained, but I was able to make music with the softwares that were there. I feel this is that era where anyone can create products using AI. That kind of led me to building Claringo, my first project. Not actually the first project. I tried to make something as a web app and also as a mobile app, but both failed because I was wrapping my head around the IDE, what is front end and back end, what is database, what are APIs. And this Claringo was the third project. And I thought, okay, there should be a content around how a person who did not have any understanding of coding, who did not have any background in engineering, built a product so that others can get inspired and do the same just like me. So that is the intent for the series of content. Enough of the backstories. Let's dive into the crux of things and talk about how did the idea of Claringo emerged. I was trying to upskill myself into the realm of AI development. I always watched a lot of YouTube videos. And while watching the YouTube videos, there were a lot of domain related and conceptual terminologies, which mostly went above my head. That took me away from the flow state of learning by watching and giving me the continuity of absorbing that knowledge from the video. I mostly wasted my time searching on Google, reading on GPT. That's also a great way to learn things. I kind of felt a hindrance in my flow state. I also talked to a bunch of friends of mine, just chatted about how do they consume content, how do they upskill themselves, what is their main go-to place to learn about new things. Most of them said YouTube, and I asked them what is the process of learning new things for you. So they said they like to watch specific videos of specific creators and watching videos elaborating a concept or a term that might have been mentioned in the video. I understood that this is a gap where someone who wants to learn anything new will always come across something that they have never heard before. To create that access much more simpler, this first phase of Claringo's idea came to my mind. I decided to build it with minimal features, which is trying to understand the concept or a terminology made easy for others. Before going in and blindly building the product, I decided to do a bit of research, list down all the user pain points, job to be done, and the gain that they will have by that desired outcome. After that, I wrote down the product idea, what exactly the product idea is. Also, I've mentioned what could be the possible pitfalls. So there can be issues where if a video does not have a transcript, then my Chrome extension will not work. If a video is visually dominant, do not have any spoken words or content around it, the extension will not work. And then what sort of features are out of scope right now? Since I'm building an MVP version, I will not be doing the chat enabled interface. And also, I'll not be building for YouTube Shorts. So these are some low level of research which I did before jumping in and building the product. And I also researched about similar products in the market. I did not come across any, and I did not have any idea that YouTube had such a similar feature for premium users because I've never used premium YouTube. And while also talking to the users, did not also reveal such an information. I also researched using Perplexity and ChatGPT, did not see such Chrome extension or a feature existing in the market. Probably the research done by AI tools such as Perplexity and ChatGPT considered Chrome extensions only, not the actual feature existing on YouTube. And that was something that I did wrong. So I would suggest anyone who is doing a research should be thorough from every angle. This is the conclusion of what is research and how should we go about it.